Hey, this is Noah with The Creative Startup, and today we're going to be talking about really rooting yourself in things that are more important than fame and fortune. I'm going to start out by reading a little bit from Marcus Aurelius. He is a brilliant writer, but he was also the emperor of Rome. He ruled Rome for like 10 to 15 years. Brilliant guy. He loved philosophy, and this is his diary. This is what he journaled down for us a couple thousand years ago, and we get to learn from what he thought. And so these are his thoughts on fame. The man who thrills at the thought of later fame fails to realize that every one of those who will remember him will very shortly die, as well as himself. So are their successors until the memory of him is quenched as it travels through the minds of men, the flame of whose life is lit and then put out. But suppose those who will remember you will be immortal and the memory of you everlasting. Even so, what is it to you? And I don't mean that praise is nothing to you when you're dead. But what is it to you while you live, except insofar as it affects your management of affairs? For now you inopportunely neglect nature's gift of virtue while you cling to some other concern. I love that. You inopportunely neglect nature's gift of virtue. This moment, the way that you get to act today, the things that you get to do today, clinging to some future concern, some other concern. So I've seen this in artists especially. I've seen it in everybody. I've seen it especially in artists, is this a desire to be famous, the desire to be known. That it's kind of like a justification for all the work you've put in, right? Like you do your hustle, you do your work, you make your music, you make your art, and then you want it to be known, you want it to be famous. And that's understandable because especially in art, that is a way people measure what's truly good and what's not. You know, what's popular, what's unpopular. But seeking fame as your life goal, seeking people to know you and to see you as your life goal, I promise you is unfulfilled. And again, this is coming from the man who ruled the entire Roman Empire. This man knew fame better than anyone has ever known fame in the history of humanity. This guy he didn't have a strong fan base. He could literally kill anybody and no one could say a thing about it. That's stronger than just fame. That's pure power. And still this man sees that fame and the memory of you, the way that people see you today and the way that people see you in the future, meaningless. Except for when it affects how you make decisions, how you consider things. So, what is important, right? This is probably way too big of a question to address in this video, and I don't have the answer, you don't have the answer, we don't have the answer, but I want to look at what he says, Marcus Aurelius. He says, virtue. Don't neglect the virtue of today, clinging to some future concern. The virtue of today. The fact that today you get a choice. Today you can do better. Today you get to learn. Today you get to advance. Today you get to progress. Today you get to treat someone well. Today you get to maybe make a new friend. Today you get to help someone who needs it. Today you get to make someone's life a little bit better maybe. That's the virtue of today. And that doesn't matter if it's remembered or not remembered because you're standing in accord with how things need to go, right? You're making the universe, the world, a better place. And I promise you, and this is what Marcus Aurelius says, this is what every religion says, this is what people have been saying for thousands of years, and this is something I've experienced personally in my life. That virtue, that power to do better and to help others, it exceeds any other feeling in the world. It exceeds any other purpose or goal. Because it's not based externally. It's not based on how it's received back to you. It's based simply on you taking the initiative. You being willing to go and do something to get better. To better the world for someone else. Therefore, I'm going to launch another YouTube channel. So please don't neglect that. Like this is just the point I'm getting to. But I want to launch a philosophy YouTube channel. Because I love reading Marcus Aurelius, I love reading Seneca and Plato and all these old philosophers because they're full of wisdom. But it pains me to see that this wisdom oftentimes goes to waste, right? A lot of times philosophy is like partitioned off to these corners of universities where professors stand around in their nice clothes and they want to debate about what philosophy really is and what these guys really meant to say and what the historical context is and how we can learn about history through this. Like, They do all this learning, they acquire all this knowledge. We learn so much about philosophy and science and history, but in a meaningless way, in a useless way, in a way that doesn't help us, that doesn't advance us. So I want to take more of this wisdom. Again, that wisdom of being virtuous. Again, it ties together in more ways than you might think. The wisdom of being virtuous. That's philosophy. I can stand here and tell you how to make a better career, and I hopefully can help you do that. But if you don't holistically approach this, if you don't approach how do I truly live a better life today? What is the meaning of it? I'm not trying to answer that exactly for you, but I want to help you have a deeper understanding of what you're truly doing and what should you measure your success by. What should you measure a good day versus a bad day? And again, there's so much wisdom regarding that is never touched in university classes. It's never touched in the scientific sphere because people can't debate about it because it's so fixed and it's obvious. So I want to uncover that. So I'm going to be starting a new YouTube channel. I'm going to link to it down below as soon as I get it up and running. We're going to talk about philosophy. We're going to learn more about philosophy. I'm still going to be putting videos up here, but I'm going to kind of be switching in between. So I hope that is exciting to you. I hope that will help you. I hope you can follow me over there. I'm still brainstorming a name, so I'll come up with that, and it'll be linked down below. I hope this is useful information for you guys. I hope you guys like this. Again, check me out once I get that uploaded. Take care.